Talisman Talks, episode 22. We have 2 baseball players with us today. We have senior Dalton Allen and junior Preston Simon. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's great.
Bad. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Finally get this in.
Yeah.
I know.
2 months.
Yeah, we've been trying to schedule it since March? Yeah.
Late March, spring break.
So, you guys were supposed to have a game today against Dublin Syed, but that got canceled.
Yeah.
How does that usually work? Does it get rescheduled definitely when it's a conference game?
Yeah, if it's a conference game, it's guaranteed to get rescheduled.
Mhm.
Mostly the same week.
Yeah, most of the time same week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys expect to play them later this week?
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah.
So do they already have it planned? If it gets canceled, it'll be this day type of thing?
Sometimes. I mean,
I think it just comes down to having days open.
Yeah.
With both schedules, I think.
That makes sense.
If it's non-conference, they just give up on it.
Yeah,
basically.
Got it.
So you guys are 10-8 right now, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's what the Max Prep says, yeah. So I believe that's a bit better than you guys were at this point last year.
It was. We haven't won 10 games or more. We've won 9 or below in 4 or 5 years.
Really?
In baseball. So it's pretty good. 10 games. This point of the season is crazy for us.
And this is the second year with the new coaching staff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coach Microns, yeah.
How's that transition? What's big differences or?
Yeah, I mean, with Monty when he was here, God bless his soul, but
Yeah.
baseball really isn't. I don't know. It's just a different mindset.
Right. Yeah.
Coach Microns is completely in on the program and doing everything he can to make it better. Monty, kind of split personality between his baseball side and football side.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be part of 2 programs and give them all you can. So I think it's been good with Coach Mike Krantz. Dog.
He's a dog. That's a dog.
So when you guys found out you needed to get a new coach, do you know the details of how quickly they decided on him? Because what's the new coach's?
Coach Microns.
Mike Krantz.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's hard to say. Wasn't he a Kaufman assistant coach or something like that?
Yeah. So he works at Carlisle?
Carlisle.
Yeah, Carlisle. So he was in the district and applied for the job whenever Monty stepped down. So then he was just kind of the best guy for the job. And
That makes sense.
I think we were only without a coach for a month.
yeah, but it was right before our season. He got hired.
wow.
Yeah,
February.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
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 A
So
month
for
before season.
last season, you guys probably didn't have a lot of time to
No,
It was
do
only,
anything
Yeah.
with it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's pretty hard.
The only thing that was keeping us together really was the seniors.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good senior class, at least a good group of guys to
Right.
keep us
Yeah.
going. But that was
Yeah.
about it.
How long was Monty the coach? Because I feel like it wasn't that long.
It was 8.
Yeah,
Was
it
it
was
a
a
while?
while. I think it was
Okay.
his first year here until
2012,
Something
2013.
like that.
yeah.
Okay.
It's funny to think there's a point in time where Monty was football coach, baseball coach, house dean, teacher, AP teacher.
Yeah.
I don't know
does.
how he does it.
He's
Especially
crazy.
that's his family too.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
4 kids. or
Yeah.
something.
Did he just step down just to focus on football more?
Because it was when he took the football job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
During that time, we all kind of went to him and said, "We need you to pick, football or baseball."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he decided football. So
But
Yeah.
the students did that?
yeah,
Yeah.
a bunch of us did.
Most
Yeah.
of them say
Wow.
something.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I said there was a 2-week period before he got the job for football, and then he was still the baseball coach, and he was kind of, I don't know, he was on his phone during the weight room. You can see he was struggling, holding that balance. And
Yeah.
our seniors were we want something to better.
Yeah.
And so they came to him, and it was we need you to do something.
That's not really his fault either.
Nah. And they
Just
Yeah.
just too much on his plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that he just didn't want to take it away from you guys. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it
just
takes
step down and
big person to
Yeah.
listen to that. You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your new coach, is there other new coaches too, or is it just
An
the head coach?
assistant
Yeah,
or
so
staff.
Coach Toomey, he's great too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Holcomb, he works at Worthington or
Yeah,
something.
he's heating and cooling.
Yeah, he does some random
Worthington
stuff, but
schools.
he's great. And but all the other guys just kind of came from last year as well, right? Yeah. So.
Is there a big difference in the programs? Do you guys practice different or?
Yeah, I mean, we got a facility, the baseball facility, and it's low-key open anytime we want it to be. So it's crazy. You know?
And I mean, I was a sophomore when I came up with Monty for like a week, and the practices were so laid back. It was like at the end of the year during playoffs, so you expect like intense practices, focus, but it was like almost basically guys showing up just to be there. Like the focus is much different. I think we're
no, for sure. We're like way more locked in.
Yeah. Just for that 2-hour period or whatever. I feel like we're more intense with it. And then like pregame, I think is most like really locked in, and I just think all the time we're just a lot more locked in than anything with Monty.
For sure.
I don't think a lot of people know about like the hitting facility. I've always been like fascinated by it just because like if you don't play baseball, you really don't get like a chance to like see it. How's it like laid out? Because it kind of just looks like a like not barn, but like just like a like little like box almost.
It's just like a big it is a big box just with some turf and like nets and like a few mounds. So it's not that.
When you walk in, it's basically like there's a walking path, and then there's just basically a large net that's you can walk through, and then we have like cages there, and then like tunnels with our mounts and stuff, and it's pretty good.
It's pretty nice.
So we put in a plyo wall for like heavy balls and arm care and relief, and I mean it's been broken, because it's plywood, but I mean it's been really nice. We had a pretty good amount of like renovations done to it.
Especially when Coach Mike Aaron's came, he was like, "Let's get this thing nice," and it was. He's done a lot for it.
So do a lot of like high school programs like have an indoor thing like that? Or?
A lot. I mean, not a lot, but like, a lot around like Columbus do. Like the big schools like Olentangy, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But not everybody. We're kind of lucky to have it. So.
I'd say it's definitely like a big school thing for the most part.
Yeah.
Because it takes a lot of money and investment.
That's true.
Is there anything else like between last season and this season that like has really like helped you guys out? Like for this season, doing a lot better?
I think the insertion of we have 4 freshmen on varsity, is it?
Yeah, we do. We got 4.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy, but they're all
really good.
Yeah,
at least,
so
and they have the potential to get even better, which is
it's
scary.
Gotta be good for the future.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, when them as seniors is gonna be crazy. So it'll be cool.
I'd say we get some youth in there, some excitement. You know.
Yeah.
I think last year we had a lot of seniors that played, which shouldn't, or at least like. I'm not being jealous, but like, I mean, I feel like we have a lot more young talent, bring some energy. Last year it was more of like, we got to get out of here. Like when they started struggling at the end of the year, like they were looking towards their futures, which.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
They just kind of checked out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I actually found out about the whole like 4 freshman thing from Collins, like the Caden Gannon video. Did you guys watch that?
Shout out if he gave me the chance. We interviewed Caden Gannon for a broadcast of mine back here actually, and he talked fairly positively to the 4 freshmen, both on camera and off afterwards. And he's described it in a very similar way about how like the culture has just been like completely different since the new coaches got there and the freshmen have been starting. And something I was going to ask about was with the new coaches, do you think that like with the players that really are invested, the energy obviously affected them positively, but did it like weed out anyone who just didn't care, or like was it just an entire revival of everyone?
There's definitely been some like guys who no longer are playing that weren't, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That didn't care or like didn't want to like be part of it. But I feel like a lot of people who didn't care maybe last year, 2 years ago, do now care a lot more. You know what I mean? So like
it's only going to get better because the entire JV team is new, or at least under Coach Mike Rance, they don't have any other experience. I just think, I mean, as long as I think the culture is going to keep getting more embedded because I think the JV and a lot of the young guys really care.
That's true.
And I think they'll do anything to get better and like continue with the program. So I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah. That's just like the theme for Delaware sports.
Yeah, we said that for whatever was the last
is it
one?
Cooper, I think?
I feel like we've had one since then.
I don't know.
We said that for lacrosse, and I know we went like if you go back.
I think it was
in
the
time,
girls lacrosse. We were just saying.
It's like
girls and boys.
every
Yeah, we're on the
almost
come up.
every-
It's like,
every- almost every sport has like improved so much
This
this
is
year.
right when
like,
they
it's
leave,
like,
too.
yeah, I know.
If you
Yeah.
go back in time and watch the football one, y'all mentioned that one too. So
Yeah.
it's like not just
Yeah.
spring, it's
I
everything.
think that's like where
Yeah.
it started was football and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
so many sports.
I mean, Monty did talk about like football leading the way.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's kind of right.
Yeah.
Indeed.
That's true.
Like, I don't, not that like myself, like personally did anything, but I feel like that's like something to be proud of for our class. Like, I feel like we definitely are leaving Hayes in a
Mhm.
better place than we found it, as
Mhm.
far as like just like attitude and like how we hold ourselves up
Yeah,
and stuff.
like the seniors last year, like all the sports just kind of like not as good as they are now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like just like freshman year, we were kind of like the team in our like conference that would kind of get like
To getting beat
made
up by
fun of and
Marysville
stuff. We're like
Thomas
the
Worthington.
Franklin Heights
Franklin
vibes.
Heights.
Yeah, but yeah,
Speaking of Franklin Heights, you guys play them back to back. What, next week? Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
next
For
week.
senior night, yeah,
Yeah.
we play one for senior night.
Okay. Yeah. Is that like normal, like to play teams back to back? Because you guys did that with Big Walnut too last
Yeah,
month.
we were supposed to play Scioto yesterday and today, back to back. So we normally do. So it's
Honestly, we always you get 2 conference games per opponent, and then it's always a home away thing. So most of the time it's in the same week. If
Yeah.
not, like we play like on a Friday and then the next Monday,
right.
because we can't play league games on Saturday,
Yeah.
which is
That's
interesting.
great. Yeah, that's
but I
weird.
just learned that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So, what is it like looking like for our standings in like the conference? Because obviously, I can't remember if we were recording yet or not, but you were talking about how Scioto hasn't lost a conference game yet. But
Yeah.
like, are we close, like below them? You'd say, or
What are you like? 4-3? Or
Yeah, we won 2 against Big Walnut, won
North.
1 against South. We lost both to North, so maybe 3. Who else did we play?
I
In
have it pulled
conference,
up.
y'all are 4-4.
Okay.
I think
Is this accurate? Like, is Mac?
I think
not-
we're missing.
Did you play South?
Oh,
twice?
Kilbourne. Yeah, we
Kilbourne.
Yeah, so no, we are 4-4.
Did you play South twice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You beat them once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Were they
Yeah, 'cause
back
this
to
isn't-
back? Did you play them?
I think it was like a Saturday, like a Friday, and then a Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
I might have like screenshotted it wrong because
Yeah,
we put
we
our
have like you can show 'em.
yeah.
Just turn it. Yeah, but South is only on there once.
Yeah, I might have just
Yeah.
like cut it thinking like, oh, like South, had that one already or something.
Yeah, I have their schedule like on the website pulled up now, and I was looking.
4-4 in the conference.
Yeah.
What's like everyone else? Like where are we
Well, Dublin Scioto is pretty dominant as they're 8-0, and it's just a train wreck for second. Because the Westervilles are 5-3 and 4-3, Canal's 4-3, and then we're 4-4. So it's just a train wreck for second, and then last place is
Franklin Heights.
I say Big Walnut and Franklin Heights.
1-3, 1-4, 0-7 are Walnut, Kilbourne, and Heights respectively. So it's like obvious first, a bunch of people fighting for second, a bunch of people fighting for last.
That's true. Yeah.
Aren't Big Walnut typically like pretty good at baseball? Like the past
I think.
couple.
I mean,
years?
last year they were all right. Like 2 years
Yeah.
ago, they're pretty good, but this year they're
3-10.
they're pretty bad.
Yeah, because I remember there was one game where you like last season it got like ended early, and then you played like 16 innings with them because you had to like finish the last game.
Yeah,
to play, like,
I
a
remember
whole-
that was awful. Because I think we ended up
Like
running
started a game, then started another game,
Yeah.
or like finished a game. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I think we lost that second game too. And we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I have it right here. It says the first one you lost 13-8, and then the second one you won 10-0.
No.
Yeah.
Which game is this?
So-
Last season?
Yeah, I just found that interesting because I feel like
Oh,
I
Big
remember throughout like middle school or like the first couple of years, like I didn't know like the lay of the land too well, but I thought I like remembered Big Walnut being like, you know what I mean, like one of the better
Mhm.
teams in like Columbus.
There are playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that work?
So that's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
To be honest, but like,
yeah.
what my understanding was like, basically coaches like pick almost like
Mhm.
it's almost like a coaches poll instead of like a normal record thing like
Mhm.
football or like another
Mhm.
sport does. But that's because like people don't play the same amount of games due to the weather. Like if you
Yeah.
have turf, you don't play more games.
Isn't that how basketball is? Isn't basketball
That was lacrosse.
Or maybe it was lacrosse.
Yeah, 'cause
there was another
talked
sport that
about
does that. I think
Yeah.
it could have been lacrosse.
Where you like choose? who you
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
that's how soccer is.
Okay.
Because I remember we brought in people for the spring sports, and they talked about how their coaches voted on the playoffs.
Right,
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like whoever
I
has the
think it
best
was
record
lacrosse.
is like picks the worst team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
It makes
but we already know who we're playing. We're playing Westerville Central, so
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
and
and we're
yeah.
not even close to the end of the
I said
season.
we
So
still
Yeah.
have 2 weeks.
Do
It's
we
crazy.
do we play them in the regular season?
no,
No.
Okay.
Does
So-
every team make the playoffs, or do you have to have like a?
I think every team does, and there's some
For the
pretty
first
bad
round.
teams in
I
for
said
the first round.
last year we played Walnut Ridge.
Yeah, and it
was
was
like I think it was 40-some seed, and without a like 48 or something.
Yeah,
like
and
they're
they-
like the second lowest seed,
Yeah.
and we matched up against them in the first round.
It was
and
pretty
they were
bad.
the worst baseball team I've ever seen. I
The
think they had.
score, the score wasn't reported. What was?
Oh, it was.
It was like he told us to stop swinging. It
Oh,
was
really?
so bad. Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty.
man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
and-
not sorry.
They had like a fifth grader, maybe.
Yeah,
five.
it looked like it was crazy.
He also
Yeah.
threw his bat at me.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Yeah, Walnut Ridge. That's like one of those ones.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
like
is Central good?
They've been good. They won districts like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago. So, but I mean, what we've learned this year is we can hang with anybody.
Yeah.
If we're on, we can hang with anybody. So like, if we play our game, then we could win.
yeah. What are some of our like biggest wins from this year? Like the better teams we've beat, or like games we've won by like a lot of runs.
I mean, Kilbourne, because we lost and then we came back and won, was like, that's big.
I think that one's missing on here too.
The win is
Yeah.
because we have like you guys lost 10-1.
Yeah,
Then
Yeah.
you said you beat them. the
Yeah,
next-
Yeah.
That was. I think it was 6-4.
Yeah, we came back the second game and
Last
won.
week.
So.
I think Valley, even though it was out of conference, like I think when I looked at their.
Yeah,
they
they
were
had that
pretty
good record.
Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
said there's some D3 like demons.
Yeah, they were good. They're like really good.
And I was like, dude, we've got to play these teams. I
Yeah.
thought they'd be like, we ended up winning. And then, jeez.
You guys beat Heath 16-2.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's
they weren't the best, but like I
They've
mean,
been playing good though. I'm
yeah, I
so
know it's
confused.
weird. I mean, it's like D2, but it's still crazy.
and Groveport Madison 15-0.
Yeah,
They're-
that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not
but
the greatest.
Yeah. I was looking at Valley. I have like, I guess you call like step cousin goes there. It seems like the type of school where they'd be like good at baseball. It's
Yeah.
kind of like.
I think
rural.
last year they were in D4, like the second best team,
Really?
like in the state, which I mean is D4, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. So what are some of the teams that you're like yet to play? I would assume Scioto that you're like most.
Yeah, I mean,
looking
Scioto's going to
forward
be a tough one to win, but like if we come out with a win, that'd be huge
Yeah.
for us.
Um,
And obviously, Canal
I
coming
think
up.
Canal last year won OCCs.
So-
So I think, I don't think they're as good. This
No, they
year,
lost
but-
like a lot of seniors, but
Yeah.
like
What'd you say Canal was, Colin? Do you still have that pulled up?
I can't like literally just a second.
Okay.
I was looking at the schedule. Canal is 4-3 in conference, 7-8 out of conference. So
Okay.
y'all have a better record than them out of conference. So
Okay.
so
So that'll be a big game.
Man, I think
That'll
basically
be
that'll
important.
almost determine how we're going to finish in conference.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd say Scioto's kind of taken off.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Looking at the schedule on the topic of it, I noticed before we were coming in when I was looking over it that like it seems that we've been a lot more confident winning at home, and I know that in like the majors in college, all the parks are super different. Is it the same way in high school? And if so, how does it affect the game plan going into it?
I mean, we just got our field like kind of redone. We got some new dirt on it to get rid of our lip, so it made it better. I mean, our field's not necessarily like the nicest field ever, but it's definitely way better. But I do think that like because we have the facility, so we just get to hit right before a game. You know what I mean? We get to like. I think that helps us at home a little bit.
I'll say all of our bus rides, most of the part are close to 40 minutes
Yeah.
in conference.
Yeah,
30 to 40 minutes in conference, and if we're playing out of conference, it'll be like an hour
Yeah.
plus. So I would think just being on a bus for an hour sucks.
Yeah.
Like any
Yeah.
sport you play, I think just being at home, get a hit right after school, just put on that home white jersey is just
Yeah.
nice. And
It's like a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
You're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to worry about time wise. Really, you have control over the time.
That's true.
And I think our field plays nice, at least for the
Yeah.
most part, because a lot of they either play fast or play slow in the outfield and stuff. And I think we do have one of the biggest parks. I think the biggest park in conference.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's huge. It's crazy.
Like
What's like the furthest?
I think it's like 410, four
I think
or
it's
5,
404 to
or
dead
something
center.
like that. That's
Really?
big.
That's big. That's
like,
like
MLB level.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
something
well,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
That's
huge.
crazy. I didn't know that.
Talk about a pitcher's park. I mean, are there other teams, places in conference that you say like have really small parks they're easy to hit out of, or just like hard for other reasons?
I mean, Big Walnut was like, what, 370, 375 dead center? So, I mean, that's 25 feet. It's like, it's a
Yeah.
pretty big difference. So, like,
You said 410.
yeah, or like 4.
That's
That's
humongous.
a lot.
crazy. Like I think that legitimately is bigger than like some college stadiums.
You're
Like,
right.
That's
I bet.
ridiculous.
I kind of want to look at it.
I think
Yeah,
South plays like they have some nice hitting fields at least. Like it seems small, but it always plays fast.
Yeah.
And then Kilbourne, the ball always flies for no reason, especially with turf. They
Yeah.
have some turf out there, but I feel it was like north. It's just massive for no reason. Like there's about 80 feet of foul territory. It feels
That's
like.
true, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
also a drain pipe that you can step on. But
Yeah.
Wait, what?
at north, they're like, because I think they're like old football field is now their baseball field. So
Mhm.
their dugouts are probably, I don't know, 50 feet
Yeah, it's
from
crazy.
home plate.
It's huge.
And
it's like so awkward.
Outside of third base, there's like a dip into like a drainage pipe. So if you're running over there, like looking at a ball, you can step in and like snap your ankle.
Yeah, it's so weird.
That's crazy. Is there like can you tell the major difference when you're playing on grass and turf? Like is
Yeah,
it
oh,
huge?
absolutely. Like Saturday, we played on a full turf field, like completely turf, and it was like, I mean, if you don't body up a ball in the outfield, it's gonna go to the fence. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
gonna stop. So like that's a huge difference. You get like true hops on the infield. Like you're not gonna get one that like jumps over your head.
Mhm.
So like, I wish we had turf. Like if we had turf, it'd be so
Yeah.
nice. But I mean, it's
A lot of money.
stupid
Was
expensive.
the field that you were on for the Valley game, is that like a neutral field, or do they just
Yeah.
play on like a
No, it was like a minor league type thing.
I
like
think
a
it was like a wood bat tournament. So
college. Yeah, it was like
it's
a college something field.
Okay.
It was weird, but it was cool. It was
home
nice.
of the chili coffee paints.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Yeah, because I was looking. Someone posted like pictures from. I don't know if it was like Alec
Yeah,
or someone.
Alec.
Like
Or
went
no,
to-
someone.
It's
Zach.
someone
yeah,
went
Zach.
to go take pictures. Yeah, I saw him. I was like, like that's like a really nice field.
Yeah, it was.
Do you guys practice on like the same field that you play on, or do you guys like?
Yeah.
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 Just yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you guys.
I mean, sometimes we practice on the football turf if we're gonna play like a turf field
Okay.
to get the same feel. But
I said we had 2 scrimmages on turf at St. Charles and Watterson.
yeah,
So we basically spent that whole week on the football field.
Mhm.
and then Big Walnut just got a new field and it's turf. The
Okay.
infield's turf. So
How does that work with like an infield turf, like outfield? Like where do they like meet? Does that make it like
Just kinda
slow
like-
down or?
I don't know about like slow down, but it just kind of meets like right where the grass would start, like on a normal field. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's just you're not allowed to wear spikes. So if you're in the outfield, you just got to wear like normal turf shoes.
Mm.
So like,
Say Big One, I don't know if it's just being new, but like their outfield was like rock hard.
yeah, it was weird.
So I think there was a ball that was hit and it bounced over their left fielder.
yeah,
Just because like the entire like outfield was just like concrete almost, even though it was just dirt. And I
Wait,
think
you said this was turf or was not turf?
their infield was turf. Their
Okay.
entire field was like their outfield was grass.
Yeah.
And they even planted new grass in right field,
yeah. It was,
so we
and then-
couldn't step on it in pregame.
Yeah, it was so weird.
I don't understand, but because I'm not a grass major, we have
The sod father.
Did you just think of that?
No, there's like the dude who like made the like grass field for like the Super Bowl or something. That's
Oh.
like his
I
like
remember that.
yeah.
I was like, that's witty off the dome right there.
This is like only semi off topic, but semi-yard Buckeye fans. You remember that Big Ten championship game where like they ripped up the turf in accident and they had to bring that guy out there like.
So that
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
Wisconsin 2017, I
Yeah.
think.
Totally. That's what that reminds me of. That guy. that,
Sure, dude.
That guy should be the sod father.
Yeah.
That guy's out there fixing their baseball turf right now.
New segment.
So hard.
Do you think like having a turf field over grass, is that like, does the weather like affect it differently? Like, could you like play more often because it wouldn't like mess up the field?
Yeah, so we can. Our field doesn't really take water well anyway, but like if you have turf, it's so easy. Worst thing you got to do is like, I don't know, scrub with like a broom or whatever, and just scrub off some water.
Like squeegee it.
Yeah,
I've seen like
yeah.
those TikToks.
Yeah. Is it like in the realm of possibility that our school ever gets like a turf baseball field? Because I could imagine that's like a lot of money.
Yeah, it would be expensive. But like Kilbourne has a turf mound and turf home plate, and so our coach thinks like and is really like hopeful that we're gonna get that this summer. So we'll have a turf mound and turf home plate, which is only like a few $1,000s compared to like $200,000.
Yeah.
Is that expensive?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Turf's like real
I
deal.
knew it'd be expensive, but not that.
Yeah.
expensive.
I think he said full field would be close to $1 million. I think.
Oh my word.
So that's not.
That's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
At least,
It would take a good like 2 decades, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that why it's like you're saying the two like private schools you played had them? You think that's
and
probably
they use it for dual use for football and that's also
Okay.
sport.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
So wait, like, is there baseball field and football field like together, or do they move the turf?
They're together.
Well, St. Charles was,
Yeah.
but Watterson was not. Watterson was had like their soccer field on it.
Yeah.
So it just had
Yeah.
like soccer lines in the outfield.
Yeah.
But just
And they also have like a weird fence. Like if you look on Google Maps, it goes like here and then straight vertical.
Yeah.
And then down. And
Yeah.
That's their outline of their soccer field. St. Charles just goes on forever.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like so weird.
I remember seeing that because like I've played at Watterson and for soccer before, and there's just like half a like baseball field on like it's like yellow or like brown on the like field and stuff.
I've seen some like college like football games and stuff where there's like you can like see like a baseball field like
The Oakland Raiders did it for like years.
yeah.
I was about to say there's pro teams that used to do that, and I think I was about to point out that I think it was either the Chargers or the Raiders or one of the Cali teams used to do it, but like a long time ago they did that in Atlanta, and like there was all kinds of different pro teams that do it. But something I was going to ask about is, does that affect the playing any, or does it just look strange?
It just looks strange. I mean, it's still turf. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's not.
I mean, if the only thing that's different is St. Charles because basically like their center field is the edge of their football field, so it's probably 550 feet out.
Yeah.
So if a ball gets past you, you're being running forever.
Yeah.
Is there just like no way you can hit a home run in that park?
I mean, I'm sure you could. I mean, like the left field line was like short, but
Yeah, that was probably
dead
310.
center. Yeah, but dead
315.
center was like forever. It was so
Yeah.
crazy.
So basically, hit the ball and run. That's
Yeah.
how you know you don't run.
This is probably like a specific question. Have you guys ever played at Bishop Hartley or like know about?
I know their field looks weird. 'Cause
Yeah.
I saw that like 5 Points Vids video. Yeah,
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'll try and like you probably won't be able to see it in the actual like video, but I've just like seen in like a video where they have like a really like
It's like
weird
a like, dense
shit.
end
Yeah.
around center field.
Oh, like their outfield, like
Yeah.
defense. Oh, that's
I think like left of center, not left center, is like 276 or like 270, but like right center is like 400
That's
because it like bends around the school.
That's actually crazy.
I don't know how to make it like. Yeah, look at their baseball. field.
Wow. Here, you can zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
that's
how
weird.
look how deep that goes
Yeah.
right there.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is weird.
We could probably put like a screenshot or something. I can like.
Yeah,
Take one
just take a
and-
screenshot then just send it to me later. I'll add it.
Yeah.
While y'all are doing that, when we do the fact of the day.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright. So, most of the time, my fact of the day is really out there and unrelated. And I don't know if y'all watch the pod, but if you don't, you should, because I have some really good ones. But for this one, I decided to stick strictly baseball because I was looking at the standings and the stats, and something really astounded me. And I don't think everyone and their mother checks the Max Preps baseball for Hayes. So just in case they don't, here's a wild stat. There are 3 teams in the OCC that have like more runs scored than runs against, like have a positive run differential, if you will.
Mhm.
Their Did it stop? Is that what it is? Should I keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is still going.
The placement of those teams in the OCC, is that what it is? The conference, OCC? First, Dublin Scioto has like 100 run differential in our favor, positive. The next team with the positive run differential, 5th place, Hayes, 20. Next, 1-4 in conference, Worthington Kilbourne in 7th has a positive. But the Westervilles in 2 and 3 and Canal in 4 all have negative run differentials, despite being ahead of those 2 teams. I was like, how's that even possible? How can you have a positive run differential and have 3 teams in front of you with negative run differentials? It just doesn't make any sense. How did that happen?
It's like the Minnesota Vikings. They lost like 4 regular season games and had like a negative.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, because what's really bizarre about it to me is like, when it comes to in conference, all these teams have great records, right? But then out of conference, they all stink. And they all have negative run. Like, look at this.
Yeah, that is true.
Ain't that crazy? Like, how does this happen? Like, do y'all just play like a way easier out of conference schedule, or like?
I mean, it's not hard. We play some teams that are better, but like, I don't know. That's just I
know. I think it's North had some tough games out of conference, and I think Big One maybe had like 2 tough out of conference games, but like, I think what we're trying to do is eventually get harder out of conference, because you're not going to get better by playing some jabronis from like D7.
Yeah, right.
Totally.
So I think he said he was planning on like getting like a Liberty or like an Orange on the schedule in like a couple years.
Yeah.
Do y'all get to pick? Is that like in college where you get to pick your
you
out of
like
conference?
schedule your like season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. Also, Franklin Heights is sad. Their run differential is negative 110. Congrats to them.
Wait, is that this season?
Yes, they're not. We're like halfway through the season, and their run differential is negative 110. Is the run differential for this conference?
Is that like
bizarre?
Is that like a stat like easily like accessible?
Yes.
Like, could you find what theirs was last year?
Oh, likely. If I can find the standings for last year, I could find it.
I'd like to know that.
Next year you guys get to go play in like Georgia or something.
Yeah, so normally like softball does a spring trip every year,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like goes away for a week and plays. We were supposed to this year, but we didn't do it.
Upset about that.
So yeah, I know, but like next year we're going to. So I think we're going to North Carolina or South Carolina, and we're gonna play like 4 games away, and we're getting like a beach house with all the guys who are staying together. So it'll be so fun.
That'd be so fun.
That's awesome, bro.
Wow.
I'm scared about because I know some of the guys
Yeah, no.
aren't the smartest individuals, so to speak.
How long is that? Is it like a week, like 10 days?
Yeah, I think it's just spring break, like during spring break.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
That'll be the beginning of the year instead of staying up here where it's like 40 degrees playing Thomas Worthington or playing a team like that. We go down there and have some fun.
yeah, that would be fun.
So does that get like paid for by like boosters and stuff?
Yeah,
or?
I think it would be like $200 per player or something like that. You know what
So
I
I
mean?
think he's trying to get a 200 to 300. Like I
That's
think he
probably
said,
like manageable.
yeah, for almost everybody, and then
Yeah.
But the
like,
boosters will pay for like the food and stuff like that.
In the house, I think.
In the house,
Yeah.
yeah. But no.
I said it's better than I think Orange. He said upwards, like Orange and Kaufman are upwards of like 600 per player, which
That's
is
crazy.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Probably Ruth Chris after each game or something.
I found last year's.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
unlike this year where everything's strange, the run differentials essentially go like perfectly in order, right? But Franklin Heights went 1-20 last year, so technically they've improved this season. That's a sad sentence, but their run differential is like negative 185, which is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And
Okay, wait. How many they played? They went 1-20.
1-20.
So 21 games, and then
Yeah.
you said 185.
Yeah.
So, okay, wait. That doesn't.
That's on average what?
Sad. On average, that's sad.
3-11. There you go.
So they're averaging 9 runs given up each game.
Man.
That's-
Well, hey, do some math for me over there on your calculator.
Yeah.
What's 252 divided by 21?
12.
12. So that means their average final score to their game is 12-3. The other way. they're killing it out there, fellas.
Wait, what?
The
Yeah,
average
they're
final
losing.
score to a game from last season, if you just extract any
yeah, not the
random
differential,
Franklin
but like
Heights
the
game.
average.
Yeah, the average
12-3.
final score is 12-3. That's brutal.
That's
And
crazy.
that's really bad considering if you're down 10 runs in the 5th inning, the game gets called.
Yeah.
Mercy rule.
Yeah,
So
That's
Wow.
How many innings do you guys play?
7.
Yeah.
7?
Mm, got it.
Was that?
Oh, really?
Was
Yeah.
Franklin Heights last, Colin, or was there someone worse than that?
Oh no, they're last for sure.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Just
You gotta be at that point. If you go 0-16 in conference, you gotta be last.
I said we went 8-15 last year and
Yeah.
still beat them twice. So.
I didn't know that about the 7 innings. I thought you just
Yeah.
played like 9.
So I think it's college and the MLB play 9, but we play 7.
I think it's just because of light. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have lights. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, so what time are your games normally at?
5.
Yeah.
5, and then how long do they last? 7 innings.
Like 2.5 at most, 2.5 hours.
2 hours.
Have you ever? But you said there's no lights.
No.
So
Oh, so
have you ever
it isn't.
had like a game like go later for some reason, and like what happens then?
I think we had a game last year where it got called like a scrimmage because it was like too dark. But
I think it was a mix of dark and rain,
yeah,
and then we just couldn't continue playing.
yeah. But I mean, most of the time we get it finished by the time it's like actually dark outside. You know?
I think the only game we played this year that's even had the chance was Bexley, but we played that at noon. So if it was a 5 o'clock game, we played 9 innings. It's going to be like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's going to be tough to continue playing at that
Right.
point. But
We've
Oh.
talked about the weather a lot. Do y'all, if there's snow, do y'all keep playing?
I mean, we're not allowed to play if it's below 40.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Why?
I don't know. It's
I
just
think
like
it's
a rule.
safety due to the bats because a lot of the bats
Their
aren't.
bats will break. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that makes
Oh,
sense.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
crazy. I would have never thought about that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Like
Yeah.
if they're like frozen, they'll like
Yeah, I mean,
break
maybe.
or
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of makes
or it might. I don't know. Maybe it's like harder on like your. You know how sometimes you like hit the ball
Yeah,
wunk, it like
it
hurts your like
hand,
hands
yeah.
kind of.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
it's,
know.
like, more
It's just
prone
it's
to-
a weird rule, but it's
Yeah.
like
It's news to me. Dalton, you're gonna go to Wittenberg and play football next year.
Yeah.
What was the process like to get yourself in that situation?
I mean, going into my senior year, I knew I was about to go and play college football. It's been something I've been, dreaming about since I was a little kid. And it just came down to what was best academically because I knew I was about to go into engineering and looking at stuff like without traveling a super like long distance because I wanted to stay in state. That basically D2 was out the table, and I felt confident in my abilities that I can play early at a D3 school, and then still get that education, and then possibly if I want to go D1 or something. But it just came down to basically what's best for me, and I feel like I have the talent that I could win D1 or Division 1 AA, whatever, FCS. I just felt like between playing early because I don't want to go to, I guess it's the whole dilemma of being like a small fish in a big pond between a big
Yeah.
fish and a small pond.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just ego. I don't know.
No, I think that's like a pretty. I mean, like it makes sense. Like you don't want to.
It's not like I'm gonna go play
You
for
don't
Ohio
wanna-
State because I don't recruit some 5-star from
Yeah.
like Texas who's like
You-
6'8".
Yeah.
You'd want to play and like have a good time and like
Yeah.
I don't know, see what you can do. What was the like recruiting process like?
I feel like it was pretty, relaxed. It started with emails like junior year, and I'm like, the stupid spam emails. And it turned into coach texts that turned into like a phone call or something. And then I just got out, took some visits, took a visit to like Otterbein in, I think June. And then got offered from there. And then took another visit to there during a game. And then took a Wittenberg visit. It was basically down to them two, but Otterbein lost their staff, like their head coach
Oh, really?
stepped down. So I was like, oh, jeez, that was my guy.
Yeah.
He was a dog. And then Wittenberg, I mean, Monty's alum, so I mean, he kind of had some inside business,
Yeah.
and it just kind of fell in love with campus. Really liked it there, and liked the coaching staff, and I was like, this is the place for me, and I can come play here.
Yeah.
Plus inside, they have an indoor facility.
That's
So,
pretty awesome.
Steamer,
Nice.
like the Stanley Steamer Company. Like one of their guys was a Wittenberg alum, so he donated a bunch of
Oh, really?
millions of dollars for their indoor facility.
That's cool.
Don't
I
have to
didn't
do
know
with
that.
cold no more.
That's in Wittenberg's in like Springfield,
Yeah.
right?
Doesn't Mark Stewart go there for golf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking of.
Yes.
He goes to Wittenberg.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Because that, like, a lot of people from his grade went to, like, different places. It's like, I kind of forget who goes. Like, I think Colin went to, like, Otterbein. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Brady
there's
goes to
one more.
Finley.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Which they won. Was it Finley that won?
Like the
or,
D2.
No, it was or Otterbein.
I think Finley's.
Colin won something.
I think Finley's just great at golf.
Yeah.
They're like.
I think they
one
won the,
of
like, D2, like, national championship, I think.
Yeah. But I swear I saw Colin.
They probably won their, like, athletic conference.
Yeah. Colin.
I don't know.
something good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. They won. Yeah, OAC, their conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's something you guys would say to a person who's, like, considering playing baseball? Maybe they're in, like, 5th, 6th grade and want to try out at Dempsey. Not that, they'd be listening, but what would you say to someone like that?
I mean, it just comes down to, showing up, trying hard, I don't want to be, like, stereotypical, like, cliche, but, I mean, it's kind of everything you have to do. Just we don't call for, like, a bunch of time outside. I mean, we get, like, 2 hours, hour and a half. Just show up, be locked in mentally and physically for that, like, hour and a half, and just after that, you can have fun, go to B-dubs, go to McDonald's, whatever. The hour and a half is just us, so you got to be locked in for that.
No, yeah, I think if they're thinking about playing baseball, I think it's a fun sport, what I mean? And it's just
great time.
And it's like you get real close with the guys because, like you said, we're always doing something together, so it's like...
Yeah, that are being on the road, for 20, 10 plus games a year.
Yeah.
Being on the road a bunch.
Yeah, so no, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
I say we have some weird conversations with us. I cannot repeat these on the podcast, but Caden Curran is a special individual.
Is he still, like, around and stuff throughout the season? Because didn't he, like...
Yeah, towards ACL.
Yeah.
Playing basketball.
The Y. I don't think I was there that day, were you?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Or maybe, yeah.
Because we have, like, the bit... I feel like you're in it, Dalton. Are you the YMCA?
No, I decided not to. I'm not a baller anymore. That was my past self.
Yeah. But, yeah, because he's, like, a big baseball guy. And I just remember one day in our, like, basketball, like, pickup group chat, he's like, just tore my ACL at the Y.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, he told a story about how he fell down the stairs, and that was how he tore it.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's our coach. It was so funny.
Maybe actually, does Coach know now?
Yeah.
Okay, so, like, this can all stay. We're not going to get him in trouble for saying that. Preston, I know you got another year, but do you have any plans for after high school? Ideas?
I'd like to go to college to play baseball, you know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes, So
have you gotten any
a little bit, like Cedarville and stuff like that, but, like, hopefully next year.
Pretty early. That's cool.
Colin, is there anything else you're wondering?
No, I think we covered everything that was specifically interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's 3:03, so if you guys need to go, you can call us.
That's fine.
Yeah. Anything else you guys wanted to talk about?
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you
time.
guys.
Had a good time, yeah.
It was fun.